What's going on, everyone? Let me just show you how the data in today's market environment is changing the way that you can find an edge in today's market. Edges are not found on social media, on forums, or discussing, speculative ideas with others in the same mindset. Rather, opportunity is found by looking into data. Now, the data, by the way, the quality of which is available to you right this second is never before been accessible to the retail community, and that is what I have been basically focusing on for the last 6 months now. And let me tell you, it changes a lot when it comes to your perspective of the market, your success rate in the market, and your understanding of why social media is the way it is, as far as a virtue signaling, really just pit of misinformation. Now, what I'm going to do is this video is going to help both the members and the non-members. If you're a member, to get this data that we need, the link for it can be created by you by typing /data into the chat room. I've built several drop-down menus to help you as far as bot commands to learn, videos to watch that explain various different market topics, data, and other things like that. So this one we're going to use data, and it creates a drop-down menu that I've programmed to specifically, when clicked on, will produce this link for you and allow you to easily have a giant accessible list here of very, very important source data links to call from at any time. So we're going to use the very first one. So if you happen to be a member watching this, hit /data, hit enter, and then click the very first option, which is the Options Clearing Corporation directory of listed products. Now we're going to click this here, and we're going to go there. And keep in mind, if you are a member, and if you're a non-member, you can use this service for, it's pretty cheap. It actually costs about $5 less than the membership, which is funny. But members get this included. Now, the login information, to find it, all you got to do is type in Alphaquery in quotations and then search for it. And you will be able to find your login info. Every member has access to this to be able to utilize this tool to build the crucial spreadsheets that we need to, create opportunities for more plays, because why not? It's the best way to do it, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is, once we log into Alphaquery, we're going to go to the data table, which looks just like this, and this is basically a big input box where you input tickers. Now it has to be in this format. It has to be ticker 1, comma, ticker 2, comma, ticker 3, comma, and there's no limit to how many tickers you could put on here. So to that point, we are going to put every ticker on here. That way we can organize the entire market by any of these metrics we want to find plays to trade from. And it is very, very amazing once you do this to see, oh my goodness, I can do so much and manipulate this data to find so many different plays that fit my personal trading strategy. So let's get started. To do this, again, Options Clearing Corporation, they are a self-regulatory organization, if you didn't know, that clears the majority of option trades in the market. Now, this strategy also works for those of you who would like to trade just shares. This is also a viable solution for play opportunities for shares as well. So once you're on this website, we're going to click the Download Full Directory of Listed Products. What that does, it creates a text file. And you're going to open this text file, and you're going to click inside of it. And you're going to hit Control-A, which highlights everything. Then you're going to hit Control-C, which copies everything. Then you're going to come to your Excel spreadsheet, and you're going to paste it in here, just like this. And it looks just like this when you paste it. What we're going to do now is we're going to take column 2, and we're going to highlight it. Now, as you can see, if we look at the total count down here, we have 6,802 tickers that we can use. Now, remember what I said about the formatting in Alphaquery? It has to be ticker 1, comma, ticker 2, comma. Well, now we've run into a problem. There's no commas here. But we can easily add this with Excel. Now what you're going to do is you're going to just select this column B here, or whatever column it happens to be with the ticker list. We're going to paste it just like that. And then we're going to hit Paste Values, just like this, just to make sure that there's no funky text going on inside of here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click inside it, and as you can see, there's a space at the end of it, which may be okay, but I want to get that space out of there just to be sure we have the data formatted correctly. So what we're going to do, we're going to hit Control F, We're going to go to replace. We're going to find a space, and we're going to replace it with nothing. And then we're going to hit replace all. And as you can see, they've made 16,860 replacements. And now the spaces are no longer there. So now, to add in the comma that we need to get these tickers and the data, we're going to click the very first ticker, hit Control-Shift-Down, which highlights all of them. Now we're going to hit Control-T, which makes a table. You can also come up here to Insert Table, same thing. And you're going to want to do one without headers. So make sure that the headers box is not checked. And then once your table is created, click to the right of that very first ticker. Click up here in this box, put an equal sign, click on the first ticker, and now put ampersand, and then in quotations put a comma. And what this is doing from a coding perspective is what I just did is I said, let's go back here, I said I want this column to equal this column plus or and a quotation, or a comma, sorry. The reason why you put the comma in quotes is because, again, this is a literal term in programming, and this is just a string here that we're using. So that's basically how you do it. So now that we got all our commas, guess what? We can highlight everything again by clicking the first ticker with the comma. Control-Shift-Down arrow highlights it all again. Now we're going to copy it, and we're going to go back to our Alphaquery, and we're going to paste them, just like that. And now we can start selecting the data we want to look at. So let's do exchange, sector, industry. Let's do consecutive days of decreasing price and increasing price. Why not? And I don't want to put too much on here so it doesn't take too much time to load for the video's sake. And then we'll do the MACD. Actually, I'm going to take these two off just to show you, not the MACD, the RSI. So we're doing, let's do the sector, the RSI, and let's do the 52-week percent change for the year. And then we'll run this. And it's going to allow us now to gather all of this data for every single one of these tickers. It may take a minute, but there's power in this. So it may take a minute to load, so just bear with me here for a minute. If it takes too much longer, I'll just pull up an old spreadsheet. Oh wow, that didn't take that long at all. So as you can see now, we have 5,560 results which were returned back from this Alphaquery. Now keep in mind this is 1 day delayed. This will update today, obviously, after the end of day, because the whole data has not cycled through the market yet. So we're looking at yesterday's data, which would technically be last Thursday. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, and really you can just hit Control-A and copy it all. And now we're going to come back to our spreadsheet, and I like to make a new page just to have a clean view. And now we're going to, very important, right click, and we're going to paste this way with the clipboard. Because if we paste with the just the normal way, what it's going to do is it's going to paste it in this formatting, which will take a lot longer because there's a bunch of links and stuff embedded in here. We don't want that. We want it to take as least amount of time as possible. So anyways, let's copy this again. And we're going to go here and we're going to paste it, special. And it should paste for you. So now what we can do is, since we have this data for every ticker that we were able to find with Alphaquery, what could we do with this? Well, what I like to do is I like to take the RSI. Actually, you know, the first thing I like to make a table, and to do that, you just highlight the first, these are the headers here. You can delete this top search column, and just highlight this top 4 or 5 columns here, depending on how many data sets you chose in the previous example. When we picked all these, you can pick way more if you want. It'll just take longer to actually come out with the data. But for this example, we just highlight however many columns there are at the very first row here, and then Control-Shift-Down. Control-Shift-Down, and if there's a break in it, you may have to hold it down for a second, but Control-Shift-Down is how you quickly get to the bottom. And Control-T. My table does have headers now. And there you go. Now you have a very nice table built with everything in the market with the data that you wanted. In this case, the sector, the change in price 52 weeks, and the RSI 14-day. So now what can we do? Well, let's go ahead and highlight this entire RSI 14-day column. Go here to the Home tab, sort and filter this. Let's go smallest to largest. So the lowest RSI in the market is coming out of VTEB. Now, if you see a blank here in sector, I would avoid it because it's an ETF. So let's look at LICT. Well, actually, I've already looked at that one. Let's look at STC. Has an RSI of 17.4, which is extremely oversold. So let's pop it in here and see. STC. I mean, you tell me. RSI is way down here. MACD is starting to finally flatten out here. This could be a potential opportunity. Now, if you remember, you could come back here in the membership, and then you could look at this and STC. Now you could say fib/fib, hit tab. What was it? STC. And then you could look at it for the year, and look where the target is. This is where the target is right now. It's right near its 52-week low. So how about that? Now you have an example of that. That was our first attempt. We just took the lowest RSI, or one of the lowest RSIs in the market, and quickly can now analyze it with our Discord commands. So as you can see here, the fib lines up. Let's look at max pain. Max pain for STC 2022. Let's do 520. It's 55. Okay. It's not a big spread, but hey, that's the right idea. So now you know you can just look through these. That was just attempt number 1. What about HIL or HIL? Same thing. This one looks even more progressed because the MACD's already started to curl back up. RSI is still extremely oversold, and I mean, this could be the ideal time to buy this ticker. Let's go back to the Discord, hit /fib, HIL, year. Look at that. 1 cent difference from its yearly low. So, I mean, you tell me, isn't this better than sitting on Reddit all day? Because we're sitting here with these people like Spoons of Doom too. Like, you know, he's badass. But anyone can do this. You don't need these social media platforms. I'm not trying to sell you on my membership. I'm just trying to tell you, anyone that has a group of friends or whatever can do this. They can create their own space outside of that social media bullshit, and you can actually keep surveillance on it, and you can see. Look at this. It's just nothing but psyop. Nothing of value. You got to be above the narrative. You got to have surveillance on the narrative. You got to keep an eye on all these people from a safe space with people that you enjoy being around, and people that are like-minded like you, not virtue signaling, just people that like to research and like to make money and see and reap rewards from the efforts they've put in. That's what we're doing. So again, let's check max pain for HIL. Max pain HIL. Let's do 520. No data, not enough data. Let's check the open interest. HIL. Oh god, yeah, there's not nearly enough data there to call max pain. But again, interesting shit. Let's try to see if we can look at the OI for STC. Same situation, not much there. But anyways, it makes trading more fun because you're not relying on anyone else but you, and if you have a trust network that you're trading with, then you can pass around ideas with them. This is why I don't play SPY after last week, LOL. Anyways, alright, I hope this video helps somebody. That's basically all there is to it. Again, Alphaquery, you can sign up for it if you want. It's included in the membership if you're a member, so I would definitely utilize this tool. Other than that, I mean, just try it. Just try it. See what you can do. You have everything you need to know how to do this, how to pull these spreadsheets. And let me just tell you this way: before you get to an RSI that's not oversold, you have 30 is where it's oversold. You have 229 different tickers you could look at that are theoretically ready to pop at any time. So welcome to 2022. Data's badass. Hope this helps somebody.